So this is hopefully another really interesting one for these. I was out looking to repair this. I think it's a 48 watt LED. Thought it was a wee bit strange that it wouldn't be working. Obviously because these are pretty new, these fittings. These are only maximum a few years old, but as you can see, I'm obviously surrounded by trees. Everything else in the circuit's lit. There's no trip breakers or anything like that. And as I've got up to this light fitting, the cable should come out of my pole box, up through there, through the pole arm, and then into my fitting. But I found the cable basically just hanging on in through the stuffing gland or the TRS gland. And look at the damage it's caused to this. It's tripped it's popped the fuse in there, but it's not popped the MCB back at the panel. So my plan is to the only way I can rewire this properly is by taking this full pole arm off. I'll get it down in the ground, and I'll reflex this fitting, because actually inside it, if I can get back up there, it's quite difficult to manoeuvre the bucket here with all these trees, but it's actually still connected in there. Obviously going down my pole arm, it's obviously just sort of snapped off in there somewhere. So I've already loosened my 5mm grub screws around this, so I'm just going to lift this off, get myself down to the ground. I think I'll even go and isolate the power, because this is still all on here at the minute, just in case there's any accidents, because you can see the trees here are sort of properly pressing against the overhead cables. But I'll get this fitting off and I'll see you back down in the ground. Right, so there's already been a change of plan. I've just noticed that the cap, there's usually like a cap on this to obviously prevent any water getting down the column, but that's missing. You can get your hand down there. So I'll possibly be able to feed the flex up here and then into the top of this. But we'll see how it goes. Right, so I've unscrewed my grub screws. Got my wee apprentice here helping us out today. So back to it. So as you can see, I've got this off. I had a look, and it's obviously a gap in the top here, but you just wouldn't really be able to get your hand in to fish the flex in properly. So I'm going to go back down to the ground, reflex this up, and then I'll go and isolate the power just so that I can terminate this safely. Right, so as you can see, I've got my fitting reflexed up. Again, I've done that off camera. I'm conscious that I don't want to show you every little thing, otherwise the videos are going to be far too long, but it's literally just been a case of I've obviously opened the lid of that, fed it through the stuffing gland, through this part of the pole arm here, and then it comes out there, and then it's just a case of feeding it down to the other side of the pole, and then from there you're able to reach up and then feed it through this side, the TRS gland. Again, it's always good practice to leave plenty on at this end, and part of the reason for that is so that I can dress it in nice and neatly off of my column. But my intention this time around is, once I've terminated it, I'm going to feed some of this flex back through and set some extra flex inside the fitting, just in the event that this type of thing does happen again, because these trees are a bit of an issue here. Another thing you'll maybe notice when I got up to the pole box is I've actually spent about half an hour, 45 minutes cutting a lot of the trees back because one, it was too difficult to work in, two, it was blocking the light pretty much completely, a few of the residents here have said, and three, sort of further in at that section of the tree it's starting to wear off some of the insulation. Luckily it's just on the earth conductor, but obviously wouldn't want that happening to any other conductors, so I'm going to speak to the client about that and see what we can do, whether it's a case of getting that tree cut down, or sometimes what they do is they place some sort of ducting over the conductors just to obviously give them a wee bit of protection and to stop them from shorting out. Right, so I'll show you, or I'll do my best to show you maybe getting this fitting on, how we do it. So obviously ideally you'll have it picked up in the place that you want it, just to make your life a wee bit easier, and then it's just a case of taking the weight of it. And then it should just slide on, and then obviously you can sort of line it up as best you can for there. And then it's just going to be a 5mm T-bar. I think I've already mentioned this when I was talking about taking it off, but it's just a 5mm T-bar, and then just go around them all. It's the same as when you're mounting the fitting on to the to a normal column. You just sort of go around in stages to tighten it up. Again, there's no way that this pole arm is going to fall off, but it's quite common for them when they're not tightened properly to spin round, so it could end up spinning like and facing the other ways, which is obviously wouldn't be ideal, because then that way it wouldn't be lighting on the road properly. So just righty tighty, lefty loosey. Right, and I would say that's suitably tight from there. So we'll go back down now to the pole box. And again, you can dress this flex in sort of whatever way you want really, but I tend to just have it coming down here, and just in it, I'll take it down the side that the TRS gland is at, just to make my life a little bit easier. So again, some of these pole boxes are just a screwdriver to take them off, and some are opened by your pole key. I'd obviously pulled the fuse out as well, just so that there was nothing sort of untoward going on. Whoever's done this previously has just decided to do it this way, through a connector block, instead of taking the flex straight in there. There's no sort of right or wrong way to do that, I suppose, but I'll just keep it this way. I think that feels like a 25mm stuffing gland, whereas that one's a 20, so I'll even just take my flex through here. Like I mentioned earlier on in the video, I'm going to leave quite a bit of length on this, and I'll even just take some of it back through into the fitting, just in the event that this does happen again. But like I was saying as well, down when I was on the ground, you can see I've cut away quite a bit of this. This was all sort of overgrown here, covering the full fitting. At least now I'm going to get a decent bit of light going onto the road. So again, usually with these sort of take maybe 6 inch off. Again, this isn't usually the way I would be stripping flex, but I didn't bring my full tools up with me just because there's not really that much space in the bucket when you've got a light fitting to be dealing with, and then obviously added to that the pole arm, it's just no ideal for space. You end up sort of tripping all over yourself, so I thought I'd bring up the bare minimum that I'd know I'd need. Right. So again, just because it's a 1.5mm flex I'm dealing with here, I'm just doubling my ends over. Just sort of good practice, give me a bit of a bigger cross-sectional area, just so that I know that I'm going to be getting a good connection. Yeah, I think I'm just going to reinstate it the exact same way that I found it. And I think the person had that in here. Again, I don't know if I mentioned, but this is all isolated again from the panel that's just sort of down that street to the left. It's just one of the columns just along there, so I've got no concerns over anything like that. And then obviously fuses out anyway up here, so if worst case scenario it would only be this side coming live. Right. So here's my panel here. Again, you finding this quite a lot, that a lot of these locks are either seized or have had to be forced opened in the past, and then somebody's had to come in and put a screw a thread in it and then put a screw in it, or a bolt. So just shut that over just now. The light that I'm working on is just round this corner, and it's 8:30 on a Sunday morning, so I'm satisfied that nobody's going to put their hand in there just now. It's still in my line of sight, so I can walk down and check this fitting. I can still have one eye on. I can see from here that it's working, but I'll take you guys a bit closer just so that you can see. Right, so you can see there that that's working, and you need to take my word that that's a much better spread of light that you're getting just now than you would have got had I not cut all the trees down. So I'll go and isolate that now and go on with the rest of my day. Right, so that's the end of another video for you. Hopefully again that was a bit different, bit interesting for you, and just another look into the sort of everyday repairs that what you would be covering as a street lighting electrician, or in general sort of any electrician. I've been trying to record as much content as possible for the channel without just constantly repeating myself. So hopefully that's coming across, and I hopefully continue to enjoy the videos, and please leave a thumbs up in this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.